This is Kirk here again at Option Alpha, and I just want to do a quick weekend video here to kind of recap the markets. What really happened last week? It was a pretty good week as far as the market starting to have a little bit of a sell-off in our opinion. But I think the big thing this week is that the commodities are really in play, mainly because I think the dollar has shown some pretty good strength. Although I think that as we head into options expiration week, it could get a little bit more volatile here. But I just want to go over a few key points here that I think are important to take a look at over the next week or so. Starting off here, this is actually a look at the dollar index of the US dollar. And I think what's really important here is that you can see down here that the dollar's been bouncing between these two Fibonacci lines here in blue for about a month now, and has recently come up this week, and you can see it had a phenomenal week as far as recovering some strength. But once again, it's come right into the same area of resistance, and it's funny that it's the same exact Fibonacci line. It's hit it 3 times before. So I do think the dollar will start to weaken here, through the early half of the week here. It's come a long way real quick, real fast. So just needs to have a little bit of a correction or a sell-off here, and then maybe it'll make a run at breaking through this level, which would absolutely be devastating for the commodities. Now, if we do look at some of the commodities, namely DBA is one that's pretty popular ETF here, and you can see that it's just taken a beating these past couple of days from its top, and it's down almost 5% on Friday. It was down another good chunk on Thursday as well, so it's definitely really bucked the trend here, and on pretty good volume. There's nice little volume spikes here for both days. I think the one that's really interesting is actually sugar, that's had just a huge sell-off, and we actually had posted about sugar having a pretty good sell-off here the other day, and it just continued on top of itself. I think on Thursday it was down over 12% or something like that, and on Friday it was down another 10%, and you can see how much the volume is just creeping in. I'll just open up the volume here, and you can see that the volume is almost 3 times as much as the average volume that goes into sugar. So across the board, it's had a pretty good impact. Oil hasn't really had that bad, I guess, of a correction or a little sell-off here in response to the dollar rally. It was definitely down on the week, but really nothing that was as major as some of the other hard commodities. I think oil is still due for a little bit of a correction here, maybe, and this is the OIH, which is the Oil Service Holders Trust, ETF. I think that this one is actually due for a little bit more of a move down around the 120 range. For the actual crude, that would be a move right down almost near around 82 or so is where we kind of think that oil would be going. It's funny because oil is actually underneath this major trend line here that you can see I've drawn. So although it does look like it has a little bit of room left, it is getting pretty overextended here short term. So we do think that oil is going to slightly sell off over this week again as the dollar continues to strengthen, if it does. And this will definitely have a negative impact on commodities as a whole. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks for stopping by.